we have in this court drama here. We have lost virtually against good soldier. Please come on up. Approach the bench to bring your case before us. All right, lost. I understand you have an
Judge,
issue against good soldier.
yes, Judge Lepp, I would like to bring formal charges against Good Soldier for repeated duplicate storytelling. Um, Good Soldier insists that some of the stories that he tells, it's the first time we're hearing them, but it's actually sometimes the third, fourth, and fifth time we've heard them. Uh, I would like to recommend that the defendant in this case be sentenced to 1 year at a rehabilitation camp where he is only permitted to tell the same story one time in the tenure at the camp. It's going to be very hard for the defendant, but justice is needs to be served here, and so I petition the court to, and I'd like to lay out my case um, against Good Soldier for repeated storytelling. I know this is a shock to some, but it's really something that needs to be addressed.
Well, loss. You have to bring your evidence that you have.
I would like the defendant to make a plea in the case, Your Honor, guilty or not guilty.
What do you intend to plead?
Not guilty is complete fabrication. A complete fabrication.
My customer intends to plead not guilty.
Okay, he's pleading not guilty. Loss. We need all your evidence that you have to prove your point, to prove that he's guilty or not.
Thank you, Judge. Just a quick note. I would like to offer an opening statement and then have the defendant offer an opening statement, and then I would like to produce my evidence and then give the defendant an opportunity to cross-examine my witnesses or examine my evidence, and then I'd like to make a closing statement and have the defendant do the same.
Proceed.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury and the court, I've known Good Soldier for quite some time. And Good Soldier is a good man. But even good men can make honest mistakes. This case involves repeated storytelling, which in the metaverse is a fifth-degree felony. On several occasions throughout the past 3 years, I've heard different stories from Good Soldier several different times. As an example, and I will lay out more evidence as we go along, I've had to hear several different times how his pit bull got his nails clipped. It was a pretty funny story the first time and the second time. The third and the fourth time, though, it started to trail off a little. We hear a lot about the defendant's hometown in New Jersey, and but in my estimation, there's only been about 5 things that have ever happened to the defendant in New Jersey, because I hear about the same 5 things every single time. I will call witnesses and I will rebut any witnesses that the prosecution calls. And that is my opening statement.
May we have the witnesses?
Well, I'd like to have the prosecution make an opening, or the defense make an opening statement as well.
All right, defense,
get 'em.
bring your case before me.
Go get him.
Well, I'd like to reserve the right, since it seems like the prosecuting attorney is in pro pair, to counter-examine the prosecuting attorney as part of our defense when that time comes.
Good job.
Mr. Loss,
Excellent.
you have anything else to say?
Yes, I would like to call my first witness.
Bring your witness up.
I would like to call Yvonne J701 to the stand.
Sivan, come on up to the booth.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
So help you God.
I do.
Excellent. Please state your name for the court.
Yvonne J.701.
How long have you been on? How long have you been on Meta?
About 3.5 years.
3.5 years. All right. Do you know the defendant?
I do.
And can you? Is the defendant a one good soldier?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm just curious. In your time, knowing good soldier, is there any stories that come to mind that you've heard more than once?
Yes. The oil boy story.
The oil boy story. Now, tell me a little bit about the oil boy story.
It's, if I remember correctly, it's the Playboy Mansion and a water slide.
So the defendant went to the Playboy Mansion and went down the water slide with the bunnies. Is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent. And you've heard that on several occasions?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Tell me another examples.
There are so many it's hard to name anymore. There's so many.
Did you hear the one about the dog who went to the vet and almost bit the vet because they were cutting his
Yes.
nails?
Yes.
Excellent. How many times did you hear that story?
About maybe 7 or 8 times.
7 or 8 times. Let the record show that the witness has said that she has heard that story 7 or 8 times. And what have there been any lasting effects from the repeated storytelling on your physical or mental health?
Yes, sir. Migraines.
Your brains?
Yeah,
migraines. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes, migraines. Yes. And are you currently in therapy for those migraines?
Not currently.
No, you're good to go then.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think would happen if you heard that story again?
Ooh, I'm sure my brain would probably turn to mush.
Okay. Brain turned to mush. I'm so sorry. And I think we all sympathize with you, Miss J701. What do you think ought to happen to a guy who tells a story 7 or 8 times?
Maybe he should be muted.
Okay, very good. That's all the questions that I have.
If I can, I'd like to counter-examine the witness.
Yes, you can. Proceed.
Miss J, we know that social law doesn't exist in a vacuum, and neither do the transgressions. Is Good Soldier the only person whom you've observed telling the same story again and again in the metaverse?
No.
Do you have a person in particular you can think of who's guilty of the same transgression?
Yes.
Is that person in the courtroom with us?
Yes.
Would you be so kind as to point out that person?
He's right there.
Let it be shown that the witness is pointing at the prosecutor in pro pair, Mr. Virtually. Can you give an
Okay.
example of a repeated story told by Mr. Virtually?
Mr. Virtually likes to retell the stories from Mr. Soldier all the time. And he also repeatedly sings the same song about Hitchboat a Fireman.
I'm familiar with that one myself. I'm sure you can think of many other examples.
Yes.
For example, earlier today, were you not present when he was repeatedly making charges against Diener
Yes.
and implying that Diener needed to be told by several people to, and I quote, shut it?
Yes.
And on how many other occasions have we been witness to that same scenario?
Many.
Can you quantify that? More than a dozen?
I'd say more than 3 or 4 dozen times.
Thank you. I rest my case.
Your Honor, permission to rebut.
Proceed.
Excellent. Who the hell do you think you are?
Mr. Laws, I will not have that kind of outburst in this court.
Miss J701. You seem to forget that there is another person in this courtroom who, in fact, does repeat stories. Is that
And
correct?
who would that be?
Perhaps it would be you.
Name one.
Name one?
Yeah.
Well, why don't I just refresh your memory? Do you have a dog?
I do.
Excellent. And would you say, on a scale from 1 to 10, how cute is your dog?
She's really cute.
Okay. Let the record show, Your Honor, that the dog is, in fact, astonishingly ugly.
Says the ugly person
Do
in the
you-
room.
Do you ever give your dog treats?
I do.
Excellent. But you don't call them treats, do you?
We call them cookies.
You call them cookies.
Yeah.
Now, that's pretty... Are they always cookies?
Yeah.
No, they're actual cookies?
No, they're not actual cookies.
Okay, why do you call them cookies then?
Because that's what name that she's been accustomed to since she was a puppy.
Okay, but they're not. But you're not being truthful with her.
Right.
Is that correct?
Because she's
So-
a dog.
So you're not being truthful with her. So what makes us think that you're being truthful with us here today?
Well,
I'm done
she's
with
a
this
dog.
witness here. I'm done with this witness, Your
First,
Honor.
First, Mr. Laws, that cannot be presented in the court because you're speaking with a dog, and the dog will not understand any language.
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Your Honor, can I be dismissed?
Yes, you may. So, can we have a final rebuttal from the defense?
Excuse me. I would like to call another witness, Your Honor. I would like to call the defendant, Good Soldier. Good soldier. Please state your name for the court.
My name is Good Soldier.
Excellent. And good soldier, how old of a man are you?
I'm approximately 65 years old.
Okay. Do you recall any story that you might have told more than once?
Well, I don't really think of them as stories. I think of them as legends.
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 That's a good that's a good way to put it.
Mhm.
Let me ask you a question, good soldier. You told the story, of course, about your dog in the nail salon getting cut
No, sir. It was a dog. It was at the veterinarian.
at the veterinarian. Excellent.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell that story again?
No, sir.
Okay. Excellent. Um, so you're catching on. I appreciate that. Did you ever give your dog any treats?
Yes, I give both my dogs treats.
Excellent. What do you call them?
Cookies.
I remind you that you are under oath.
Yes, sir.
What
Everyone
do you
calls them
call the
cookies.
treats?
Everyone calls them cookies.
Did
It's
you
just
have
common to say cookies.
Mr. Loss, that is irrelevant to this court. You're speaking about a dog. A dog does not understand the difference between cookie or treat. Whatever he says, if the dog understands, then that's what the dog understands. Proceed.
who the hell do you think you are?
I think I'm good
Order.
soldier, sir.
Order. We will not have that kind of outburst in this court.
Your Honor, those are all the questions I have for the witness, and I reserve the right to call one final witness.
Okay, defense, come on up.
Mr. Soldier, have you been subject to stories by other people in the metaverse?
One of my legends, because Lost is busy occupying the time.
And have you heard other people tell stories about their pets?
Oh, yes. Yes, there's a particular story about a cat named Peaches. And of course, every now and then the dog will, Yvonne's dog will jump up on the bed and lick her while she's on the headset. And I just think that's the cutest little thing in the world. I love all my friends and I love all their pets too.
I do too. So I'd ask you, in the grand scheme of things, do you consider stories about pets necessarily part of the transgression that we're discussing today, or are they exempt from?
I would say they're exempt, and it's just silly to even bring it up. I don't have any children, so my dog is pretty much my kid.
I can
So
understand that.
I talk about them a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Soldier. That's
You
all
are
I have.
welcome.
Okay.
Thank you. You're excused, good soldier. I would like to call Diener to the stand. Please state your name for the court.
Diener.
Excellent, Diener. And Diener, the subject of this case today is repeated storytelling by good soldier, particularly about his pet. And can you recall the story that I'm talking about?
I can recall. Yes.
You can recall.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Do you give your dog treats?
No.
Let the record show that I believe the witness is having a bit of time kind of understanding what I'm asking her. I'd like to re-ask it.
Proceed.
Do you give your dogs cookies?
No. My dogs do not receive
Uh,
treats or cookies.
Your Honor, I believe that we have a situation here. It's kind of unprecedented. I would actually like to hold this witness over this particular exchange here. I'd like to hold it over for another trial at another time, because I think it's absolutely unacceptable that a pet owner would not give her dogs treats or cookies. And I just wanted to ask particularly about this situation, Your Honor. I would like to ask this witness who the hell she thinks she is.
We will not have that kind of outburst in this court. And what you are saying is irrelevant to this case. Any person who has a dog can do whatever they want with that dog, providing that they're taking good care of that pet.
I thank you. My objection still stands, and I will plan on bringing that case at another time. Diener, let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with it? Have you ever gone on a multiple day trip?
Yes, I have.
Now, do you leave your pets at home?
I usually leave one pet at home and I take one with me.
Okay, excellent.
That has nothing to do with this case on repeating questions. You are repeating the same thing over and over. We are not going. What this court is all about repeated stories. And so for you
Yes.
to bring that up is irrelevant to this case.
Understand. I understand. I will redirect my question. Have you ever heard of Peaches the cat?
I have heard of Peaches the cat. Yes.
Okay.
Such a sweet cat.
Do you think that's a silly name?
No, I think people name cats or dogs whatever name that they choose, and it's all okay.
Well, cats, they don't eat peaches, do they?
I don't have cats, so I'm not sure what they eat, but you could probably ask the defense.
Well, I'm not interested in interacting with somebody who calls their pet by the name of a fruit. And I'm going to hold that one over for another case as well. The misfortunate naming of a poor cat with the name of some sort of semi-sweet fruit named Peaches. I think it's a ridiculous name. I want to know who the hell she thinks she is. And
Mr. Loss, may I tell you this? Whatever people name their pets is what they name their pets. It is important that they name their pets whatever they want to name their pets. But you cannot tell people how to name their pets. This case is about repeated stories. And you are going off the subject. Stick to the subject that we're talking about.
Yes, sir. I apologize, Judge. I apologize. Diener.
Yes, lost virtually.
The defendant in this case,
Yes.
has had, he has a dog that we've heard about. I guess a dog by the name of, do you recall the name of the dog that we in question?
Rolly.
Rolly.
Very good.
Rolly. What is do you have any idea what that means? Rolly?
I don't know. I do know that his other dog was named Rolly, and then they got this dog and they named it something else, but they just kept calling it Rolly. So this second dog is also named Rolly, but I don't know what it means.
So is it quite possible that the defendant basically, as he tells stories several times in a row, several consecutive times, the same exact story, he wants to call different dogs by the same exact name? Is that what you would you guess that?
I never really thought of that before, maybe, but I can't really answer that question. I'm sorry.
Do you think that Rolly is an appropriate name for a dog?
Sure. Just as is Peaches or Lucy.
Let the record show that Rolly is indeed an absolutely absurd name for a dog. Peaches is an absolutely wacko name for a cat. And Lucy is a human's name and does not belong to a dog. Before you gavel me down, Judge, I want to talk about the elephant in the room. The witness here actually does have two dogs of her own, Cruz and Grace. Cruz is, where did you get the name Cruz?
The name Cruise came from the Chevy Cruze vehicle.
Is that a true story, or did you in fact name him Cruz because he looked like a little Latino man?
No, I named him Cruise after the car.
Excellent. And your other dog's name is Grace? Is that correct?
Correct.
And what is that about? Why did you call that dog Grace?
She is very tiny, so I thought everybody needed a little Grace. Get it? Little Grace. But now she is turned into a pain in my butt, so I just think she needs a lot of grace. So I still named her correctly. It's just I named her differently than what I thought I was naming her for. But her name is Grace, and she needs a lot of it.
Well, that is I got to tell you that Cruz, you know, I think with both of those names, you could have tried a little harder. I think those are ridiculous names. And I don't know who the hell you think you are on the naming front. And
Mr. Loss, I told you to stick to this the story. We're talking about repeated stories. Mr. Loss, you are yourself are repeating the same stories yourself in this courtroom. You are already hanging yourself for what you're trying to point to Good Soldier and put him on the stand for, and you're doing the same thing. I'm getting ready to do my verdict now. So enough's enough. You go back to your seat, and I'm going to bring the verdict. I will claim now my verdict before the court, and the verdict is I am throwing this case out. This case is just a ridiculous case. It makes no sense. Everybody's repeating the same stories. I've even repeated the same stories. So this case is getting thrown out, and we are leaving this courtroom. So this court is now adjourned.
Congratulations.
I plan on
thank you.
appealing this, Judge. You've not heard the end of me on this. All of these ridiculous pet names
Beat the rest.
cannot stand, especially Peaches. Judge, this is not going to stand, Judge, and I plan on appealing this all the way up to the Supreme Court. You've not heard the end of this.
You're the best public defender a man could have.